Hey friends, welcome to another episode of Live Boldly with Sarah. It's my birthday on Sunday. I'm turning 51. 51. That's wild to me. And so I wanted to use this episode and share with you some of the greatest tips that I have learned from elders, from my mom, from my parents, from my kids that have gotten me to this space of pure happiness at 51, almost 51. So this is going to release a couple of days after my birthday. If you've read my book, in the beginning of the book, there are three things that I talk about. And that's what I want to jam with you on today. One is truth, one is inspiration, and the other is hope. These are the three things that have been my guiding light. They've been my North Star as I have worked through the troubles in my life. It's been the space of building my deepest resilience in order to do everything from, climbing mountains to being out in the ocean to creating a business to speaking on stage to teaching to guiding my kids to going through my divorce to laughing hysterically like I did last weekend with my clients up at High Camp Hut in the San Juan Mountains. And if you're listening to this, which my clients listen to my podcast, I just want to tell you that I'm super proud of you because that was a blast. And it was so cool for me to sit back and to witness this transformation in these women's lives and how they're going to be taking this out into the world themselves. So let's dive in. Number one, truth. Truth has been the foundation of everything good in my life. Okay. Look, when I was a little girl, if I tried to fib, I couldn't. Like it was just one of those things where I would call myself out on my lie. Like if I did something that I wasn't supposed to do, or if I fibbed or wasn't completely honest, I was the person that would go to my parents and be like, "Oh my God, I did this and I'm so sorry." And just give me my my wrath right now because whatever it is, I'll take it. I've never been one to be dishonest. And sometimes I think that it's one of those things where, it's like you're so honest that you wish that maybe you could sometimes not be. And that's just calling me out on it because I know a lot of people are like that. And here's the thing, though, that I want to take it next level with you. Truth starts with you in your own life. You have to be able to get most honest with yourself, looking yourself in the mirror every single day and saying, how do I want to be today? Right. And where are the areas of my life that I could bring a little bit more honesty up, be honest with myself. I think that so often we react very quickly when people give us criticism. When we sit with something doesn't feel right in our own life, we react maybe not in the best way to ourselves. And being honest with yourself, being truthful with yourself, and saying, how can I be better and show up more for myself and others every single day is one of the most important things that we can do. I often say leaders, the best leaders will speak their truth even when the entire world is saying something different. When like you know from your integrity, your values, and who you are as a human being, who you are as a woman, for me, as a mom, as a partner, when I show up in my most clear self every single day, I know that even when things don't go according to plan, I can pretty quickly shift back onto the route that I want to go on. So, truth is the number one most important thing. Get honest with yourself. Most importantly, with yourself. And when you do that, you can then be honest with other people. So, where in your life right now, let's sit with that. Where in your life right now could you be a little bit more honest with yourself? Where in your life are you not feeling 100% or fully whole, right? Right? That creative, resourceful, and whole human being. And where can you be a little bit more honest and truthful with yourself in order to find your happiness, your joy a little bit more? So that's number one. The second one is inspiration. Now, everybody that knows, or most people know, I was an art teacher I graduated in art education. And so I was an art teacher in my first career. Inspiration is something that has been a driving force in my life each and every day. We were just, like I said, at High Camp Hut in the San Juan Mountains outside of Colorado, Telluride, last weekend. And I was explaining to them how moments of inspiration are like magic, right? And they're around us every single day. We oftentimes look at life as getting to that destination. It's not even about the destination, peeps, because we're all going to be at that same destination at some point, which is no longer being here in the physical form, right? It's not about the destination. Here's the thing that I'm going to take a step further. I don't even really believe it's about the journey. I believe it's about the moments within the journey that create our and take us to our destination, right? And those little magical moments of inspiration are the moments that get us through the hardest times. So let's pull it back even further. When we were up at High Camp Hut, one of the things that we were really diving into was the power of awe. What is awe to you? And somebody said, oh, it was such a good definition. She was like, awe to me is feeling that most excitement. And this is where I'm going to take it within my own life, what awe means to me and how I define it. It's about those moments of excitement that sometimes have just a little drip of fear, right? A little drip of like, what's next? And it's in those moments where we can find the inspiration, right? Where we can turn it from sometimes that little bit of fear, like, oh my gosh, what's next, into faith, right? And into belief that everything is unfolding for our highest good. When we can sit with inspiration, it helps with those moments of, I'm going to say, anxiety, right? Where you might feel that anxiety of like life, where you're just like, everything is so hard right now. When we can sit in those moments of inspiration, looking at a butterfly or, going outside and looking into the clouds or watching a sunrise or a sunset, taking yourself out of your comfort zone, when we can sit in those moments of inspiration and creativity, we have this belief that there is something so much larger than ourselves. And it starts to, I'm going to almost say, like, melt away the anxiety of our life, because we know, that, life is meant to be magical. And so it's in those moments of awe and those moments of freedom and power and creativity that help us get through those most dark and difficult times. And then the third thing is hope. Now, hope to me is not like, I know sometimes people look at hope as like, uh, I don't know. There's just so much hope in the world. And I don't know if I can have hope. Hope is not, I don't view it as an external thing. I view it as an internal piece of ourselves. Hope to me is having hope within yourself, within your life. It's like if you're looking at if you're looking at a flame, right? The bottommost part of that flame is that's where I think of the hope as being. It is the foundation of everything bright and beautiful and forceful and powerful in our life, right? Hope to me is the guiding light of everything good in this lifetime of ours. And so if we lose hope, if we lose that little piece that is so important, it's like losing our faith. It's like losing our trust, our belief in in our journey, right? In our path that ultimately we are on, this life path that we are on right now. And so those are the three things that have been my most amazing, those three pieces that have gotten me through my most difficult times and have been literally the foundation of resilience and everything in my life. Truth, inspiration, and hope. If I'm feeling like life isn't going right, quote, right, whatever that is, how I would hope, no, I just use that word. I always go back to that. What am I missing in my life? Am I missing my truth? Am I being honest with myself? Am I needing more inspiration? Am I needing to get outside? Am I needing to go paddle with dolphins or to walk or to go for a climb? And then also, have I lost my hope? Because if I lost it, I got to reconnect with that immediately. And that's going to be my driving force in moving forward. Now, I want to bring something else up. This last weekend, when we were together in the mountains, one of the things that we were talking about was something that I think we lose along the way. And it's something that we also need to learn to connect with in our life, and that is patience. Thank you, Cindy Farney. She is the founder. She is the woman who has kept High Camp Hut going in the San Juan Mountains. It is such an incredible space. And it is this word was something that she used a lot this last weekend about learning how to have more patience in our life, because it's easy for us to jump into impatience. It's easy for us to just be like, why isn't something happening? Oh, I just want to pull back the layer here on this one. Not everything in this life is on our time. In fact, I would actually say most of the greatest things in my life that have happened have not been on my time. If not all of the greatest things that have happened in my life have not been on my time. And so often we want to force something to happen, right? And when we try to force, what typically will occur is that it's not what is actually meant to be. So sometimes there are times, yes, put things into action. Yes, do the steps. Yes, do the work. And also have faith and patience that everything is unfolding for our highest good. That includes those most difficult times that we are walking through in our life. That includes the foundation, really, stepping into the foundation of our resilience. That includes finding that relationship, which, by the way, thank you. So many of you reached back out to me about the whole dating episode last week. If you have not listened to it, go listen to it because it's really good. And we so often want to force things, right? Like we're like, why isn't this happening? Why isn't my business getting bigger right away? Why aren't my clients coming to me? Why aren't my kids talking to me right now? Why can't da 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 da? They were always about the why isn't, why can't, da da da. I should, da da da, right? My friends, go back to the foundation, truth, inspiration, hope, and have patience. Because when you are walking in your values, when you are walking down that blazing trail that you know that you are supposed to be on, that you want to be on, that you are working to be on, as you are doing that work, have patience. And I promise you, it will all unfold for your highest good too. So that is my short for you right now, as I am going to go jump onto a flight, go back home, enjoy my birthday with my family and some very special, well, a very special person in my life. And I promise you that everything is unfolding for your highest good when you walk in this amazing space as well. What's coming up? Okay, I want to tell you, all of you, a lot's coming up over here. I've been working on a rebrand. I don't even know if I'd call it a rebrand. It's more like an up brand. It's pretty freaking amazing. Thank you, Candid Goat. They're the ones that helped me with it. And that is going to be released probably the end of the month or so. I'm going to actually be going on this Sierra High route, completing the very last section. As you all know, I take like 12 days to myself every year, around 12 days. And this year we are completing the Sierra High route, which I'm super stoked about. It's the most difficult and dangerous route in the United States. And so my team is the team that I'm working with. They'll be finishing up this website, and that should be dropping the first part of September is my guess. So please, what I would love from all of you, push this podcast out there, push this community out there. If you know of somebody that's looking for a really kick butt speaking engagement, I bring the Grand Canyon to the stage now that I have been running these Grand Canyon retreats for so long, and the images and the stories are just unreal. And so if you're looking for a speaker on resilience, on fostering a healthier culture, problem solving, please reach out to me and I would love to speak with your organization. And then if you're looking for a retreat, if you are looking for a really cool leadership retreat, I would love to take you and your group of leaders, your people that you are working with on your team, into a retreat as well. So there's a lot of up leveling happening over here, and I'm super stoked about it. And I can't wait to share it with the world very soon. So to all of you, happy birthday, because every day should be your birthday. Just like this month, it's mine. So I hope that you have enjoyed this episode. Please push it out into the world. Please subscribe, rate, review. If you are going to share this with others, tag me and let me also reshare on my end as well. Thank you for being here, and I will talk to you soon.